Yeah, my name is Marc Santorella, and I am the assistant director, and I also double as in the role of Sanders. Sanders is the principal of the school, and Sanders is a old-fashioned kind of principal. He's very proper in his mannerisms. He runs a very tight ship, and he expects things to move smoothly, almost to the point of a military kind of a take on how he manages his school.
I knew you hooligans would try to ruin this production with your rock and roll madness.
So when he first sees Miss Donahue spin around 3 times, spit on the floor, and then curse, he's really taken back by this and he's almost ready to fire him, I think. But then he realizes that the whole thing has to do with this curse that will come to school. So I don't think Sanders really believes in the curse at first, but being the good-natured guy that he is, wanting to appease his staff and keep the ship running smoothly, he takes to he partakes in the whole ritual to keep the curse at bay. And of course, the first time he's asked to spit, he doesn't want to do it. I mean, and then Miss Donahue asks him to curse, and how dare someone ask someone of his stature to do that? But
Macbeth. What?
1, 2, spit.
I'm sorry, but the custodian would be very upset.
Spit. Now curse.
I beg your pardon.
Do it, or we're doomed.
Frick.
As I was saying, our production went through 3 you-know-who's.
I love duct tape. The funny thing is, when I'm home, I can never find it. I'll go to the store and I'll buy a roll of duct tape and I'll use it 3 times and I'll lose the duct tape. I probably spend more money on duct tape than I have on clothes. That's how often I lose duct tape. And the funny thing is, that's how versatile duct tape is. You would think something so useful would be something very handy that you would always have. But I think because it's so useful and you're constantly using it, you're constantly misplacing it. It's not unlike me to look behind the seat of my truck after 3 months to look for something and actually find a roll of duct tape. Or you open up a junk drawer that you haven't opened in months, and there's the roll of duct tape that you lost. Since then, I bought 3 rolls of duct tape. So do I like duct tape? I love it. It's so useful. What I hate is that it's so expensive and you lose it so easy. I like purple, actually. Purple, red. I don't like the black and white colors because they're hard in the eyes. I have a hard time focusing on those. What's nice about colored duct tape is now it really stands out. So when you do lose it in a drawer, it jumps out at you when you're looking for it. This has been a fun show. It's the first show I've ever done that has been all youth. That is, since I was a youth. Now, the funny thing is, when I took on the role of assistant director, I also agreed to play Sanders in the show. And I did that primarily because I figured I'm assistant directing, so I'm going to be around anyway. I knew that they needed somebody to fill that role. But there was also supposed to be an adult Winifred and an adult Peggy Donahue. And there was going to be at least one other adult playing opposite of me. Well, as it turns out, the other adult never actually showed up, or did show up and then realized she couldn't do the show. So when it all came down to a wire, I ended up being the only adult in the kids' production, which was kind of odd because here I am, a 44-year-old man standing on stage with 17 and 15-year-olds, and it's kind of unsettling, but it's been fun, and I've enjoyed it because the kids as a cast, this is probably one of the most wonderful youth casts that I think I've seen this theater put together. Every one of these kids is just dynamite. They're focused, they're loving what they're doing, they're intent on performing a good show and doing the best show that they can. So the kids have been a joy to work with. I hope that I've been enjoyable for them to work with as well. And I don't know if I'm helping them aspire to become better adult actors, or they're helping me enjoy being an actor because I'm seeing in them how much fun acting is. My favorite show, I'm enjoying this show, but it's still a toss between Cheaper by the Dozen, which was my first show, and you know, Miracle on 34th Street, I think will always hold a special place in my heart, just because of the cast, because of the people that I got to work opposite with, the music, as challenging as it was, when it actually came together, it was fun. This show, the music in this show is probably my favorite of any show that I've done. The music in this show is just beautiful. And again, how we assembled a cast of such beautiful voices. We really pulled together an amazing cast of voices. When these kids sing, it's just amazing how they fill this place up.
After all the work you did, our play's a success, and we did it. We did it. On a scale from 1 to 5, I'd give you a 10. It's amazing how we got here when you think of where we've been. We can't wait to do another musical again because we did it. We did it.
The sound crew helps, I know, and all that we've done to teach them to sing and vocalize to the best of their ability is part of it. But just in general, I think we have some amazing voices in this show, and it's really coming out on the music when they perform the show. Well, I like the opening scene. First, it's pretty much the one scene where I have a lot of lines, and I actually get to do some acting. So I enjoy doing that. Again, I'm working opposite Peggy Donahue is the character's name, and she's a great actress. Just Ghost and Mask and on it. Kind of experience on the stage. I worked with her in Cheaper by the Dozen, and she was really wonderful to work with then. And to see her grow up and become, you know, this aspiring young actress is really just fascinating to watch.
Principal Sanders?
Yes, Miss Donahue.
Is it true that you've decided to have Hilltop High put its first musical in 20 years?
Yes, Miss Donahue, and you are going to direct it.
But...
meet me in the auditorium in 15 minutes. 15 minutes, Miss Donahue.
A musical, a musical, a musical, a musical. Did you hear we're gonna do a musical?
I love the dance sequence, the dance audition. When they do that whole 1, 2, 3, and Wendell's stepping on everybody's toes and jumping, and then at the end they all fall on top of each other. I just think that's really hilarious. I think that's one of my favorite.
Ready? And 5, 6, 7, 8. Right, this is easy for a real dancer. But do you see one here? Right. I should have worn different shoes.
This music's really strange.
Fuck you.
Right, 2, 3.
I think I'm starting to get this.
Left. On my toe, could you take smaller steps? Right, 2, 3.
I can't stop looking at my face.
What? Left. Hey, now, over now.
And I really enjoy the duct tape crew. And when the duct tape crew first enters onto the scene, and Julia's out there, you know, being the duct tape leader, and you know, let's go crew, and I just think the duct tapers are so much fun to watch.
Any handyman or woman knows the secret. Repairing any problem, big or small. The virtues we extol of that toolbox on a roll. Every winter, every summer, spring and fall. Duct tape, we love you, duct tape. We will be true to you forever. Duct tape, we love you, duct tape. You hold the world together.
My favorite characters in general would have to be Wendell.
Down with the Capulets! Down with the Montague!
Warring families, enemies to peace. What the heck is wrong with you people? Can't you all just get along? This fighting between your families must stop. Get thee gone, or I'll have you all jailed for disturbing the peace.
Yes, Your Majesty.
And Miss Phelps, little that little Miss Phelps with the cane. You know, she's ready to hit someone with. I love Miss Phelps. She's like the feisty 87-year-old grandma that everybody loves to know. Just really feisty, and you know, she can get away with anything. She can do anything, say anything, and nobody can do anything about it because as old as she is, she'll take them out. I just love Mrs. Phelps. I think everybody needs to have a Mrs. Phelps at the dinner table on a holiday. I think she's great.
For now, please focus on Mrs. Phelps as if she were Juliet.
Mrs. Phelps is Juliet.
Hi, honey.
I can't thank Eric enough for being involved with our filming again. Filming is one of the things that I think is really helping to set North Shore Players apart, I think, from the rest, and some of the things that we're doing here. The soundboard crew that we have is just amazing. Scott's phenomenal behind the soundboard. We picked up 2 more mics this time, and so we're going to have a lot of people on mics, and that's really helping to enhance the sound in the show. And it's given these kids a better feel for what it's like to be in theater and work with all this equipment and to take responsibility for all this equipment. So, thanks.